Hello, hello, hello everyone. It's Brenda with Busy Bees Custom Creations. How's it going? So I decided we would do, hey Patty, oops, something a little different tonight. I don't know what that was. I'm going to show you how I glitter my tumblers. So let me switch you to this camera here and we'll get going. So the first thing we're going to do is a method that's called tack it. So what we're going to do is, make sure you guys can see this. When I practice stuff or when I just want to like not use one of my tumblers, I bought these canning jars from the Dollar Tree, and I use those. So I like, if I want to practice or just play around, I'll do it on one of these instead of my tumblers. That way, I mean, not that you waste it, but you know. So what I did was I went ahead and scuffed it up and then spray painted this with a white spray paint, and then this is the new Bluebird from Crystal Company. So what we're going to do, we're going to use something, let me bring you guys in a little bit. We're going to use something called Aleene's Tack It Over and Over Again. So what you do is you mix it together with equal parts water and equal parts glue. So I went ahead and mixed a bunch, and I keep it in this little container here. And you just want to go ahead and mix it again before you use it, just to make sure the glue and the water didn't separate. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to just start putting this right on here. And you want to kind of put a generous coating on. And then what happens is you have to wait till this dries and it becomes tacky, and then you put your glitter on. So some people just do one really thick coat, some people do 2 coats. I've kind of gotten the habit of doing 2. So what we're going to do is we are just going to go around the whole tumbler, make sure we haven't missed any spots. Make sure you get the edges here. Okay, and it goes on white, but it dries clear. So when you don't see the white anymore is when it's dry. Now you can let it dry naturally if you want on its own, or you can use a hair dryer or something like that, right? So I think I have pretty good coverage on this. We just want to make sure the whole thing is covered. So what you do is you let this dry, and then you do a second coat, okay? We can go ahead and blow dry it. Let me turn my sound off so you guys don't get blasted. Okay. Hey Sandra, I got that from Amazon. So now it's a little tacky, but like I said, I like to do 2 coats. So what we're going to do is go ahead and come right back once it's dry, which like I said, if you want to dry it with that blow dryer or something like that, you can do that. And this just kind of really, to me, kind of makes it nice and tacky when you put that second coat on. So we're going to do the same thing and just put a generous coat of it on here. Make sure you get every area. And make sure we get that part. Okay. All right. Just like that. Again, make sure we get all the edges. Okay. So, hey Kathy, no worries. So I'm just gonna, like I said, make sure that that's covered well. And then we're gonna come back with our glitter. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in water. And I'm gonna close this lid here. And what I like to do is wipe the lid off really well, because sometimes with these glues and stuff, you cannot get that lid off. And then I just put some plastic wrap on it so that it hopefully is easier to get off. Okay, so I just take some plastic wrap, put it on like that, and then close that up good. And you can just keep using this, you know, over and over again. So again, it's just a 50-50 mix between the A-lanes, tack it over and over, and water. Okay, so we're going to get that out of our way. Okay, so then, see, it's almost dry already. So it's not going to take long for this to dry. Let me hit it with the blow dryer again real quick, and then I'll... Okay, so again, you just want to make sure that there's no white spots. There's a couple up here, and it's nice and tacky. So I'm going to let that sit for a minute while we do this other one, and then when we come back, it'll be ready to go ahead and glue. So the next one I'm going to do is this purple tumbler. Okay, we are going to use Crystalac glitter glue. Okay, and we're going to use this beautiful chunky mix glitter from the Glitter Pharmacy, and this is called Raven's Flight. And then we're going to come back on top of that with Glitter Makes It Night Bus, just to fill in any areas that may not have gotten filled in with the chunky. Okay, so please, hey Karen, how are you? I'm just going to check this real quick and see if this is ready. And this is ready, so we're just going to go ahead and move to this. So for this, I'm using, this is just a glitter from Michaels. It's nice, kind of holographic, something like that. So what we do is we just take our glitter and we put it all over the tumbler, or in this case, the jar. Okay, and you just want to cover the whole thing, making sure you get the bottom. and all those little edges. And I am catching the extra glitter on a piece of copy paper so we don't lose any of this glitter, right? Okay. Just kind of bang off that excess, check and make sure we've got everything covered, and we do. So I'm going to set this here while I put the glitter. Hey Kathy, how are you? Back in. And I just use like old pieces of copy paper. And you want to put that glitter back in the bottle because it's still good glitter. Okay, so now we're done with that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to burnish the glitter into this tumbler. And you just do this with the tack it method. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to rub our finger around the whole tumbler. And I don't know if you guys can see the difference between where I've rubbed and where I haven't. And it's dry, so you don't have to worry about, you know, rubbing it off, okay? So if you can see, this is where I haven't rubbed, and this is where I have rubbed, okay? And this is just one way you can do glitter. You want to make sure you do around the whole thing. Okay. And you can look at it and see if you've missed any spots because you'll see the difference. Okay. So that is done. It's all glittered, it's all good to go. So now what you would do is I would go on here with Bright Tone or Grand Finale from Crystal Lac and just coat it. I don't use epoxy. And then if you wanted to put a decal or something on it, you can. So that's basically ready to go. Just going to clean that off here, and the excess glitter. Okay, and that one's done. So now you don't want to keep this glitter because it might have some of that tacket in it. So this glitter we are just going to get rid of. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the purple one. And for this, we're going to use, like I said, the Crystal Lac glitter glue. All right. I'm going to make sure that we don't have any glitter left over. So I'm just going to dump that out of there. Okay, so you're going to shake this pretty good, and you're going to use a Taklon brush, and again you're going to make sure and cover the whole tumbler with your glitter glue. And this tumbler was prepped, and I don't sand, I use I forget what it's called right now, because you have to get that coating off of the stainless steel tumblers so that your products will stick to it. And again, you just want to make sure you get the whole thing covered. Around the edges. You kind of want this to be a little even. Okay, again, you just want to make sure that you haven't missed any spots, that you have plenty of glue on there. Your edges, tops and bottoms, are what usually dry first. So you want to do your edges first. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put that to the side, and I'm going to take my chunky glitter, and I'm going to kind of just drop that on there. Let me switch this here. Okay. And the further up you go, the flatter it's supposed to lay. Okay. And I'm just going to go like part way up with the chunky glitter. Okay, let's check over here. All right, let's switch again. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of lightly tap it. I'm going to put some on the bottom. Okay. All right. Tap that off. All right, we're going to get our glitter and put it back in the jar because we don't want to waste this glitter. Okay, and then we're going to come back with that. Hey, Anne. All right, let me get a new sheet here. With the fine glitter. Okay, and that is the Glitter Makes It Night Bus. Okay, we're going to start putting that on. Again, I want to get around that edge first up here because that's what tends to dry first. Thank you, Anne. Okay, so now I'm just going to kind of drop it onto the tumbler. Okay, and I'm going to go over that chunky glitter too because we want to make sure it gets kind of filled in around the bottom. Make sure we get the bottom. Okay. All right. Okay, missed a spot there. Okay. So now we're going to just tap that and get off all the excess glitter. Isn't that pretty? Now, what I do also on these is I take something like this and I just kind of press my glitter down like that. Yeah, the glitter is beautiful. I know there's some of the chunky in here, but we're going to pour this back in. Okay. And then, like I said, I just like to go back and kind of flatten the glitter a little bit because the flatter it is, the less finishing coats you have to do. And you'll see them kind of sitting up. And sometimes you have to go back with a second coat. So what you need to do is let this dry for 2 hours. And then you can come back and do a second coat. Okay, like here it had started to dry. I don't know if you can see that. So we need a little more glitter there. Okay, so we're going to let this dry for 2 hours. Hey, Sarah. Kind of press that down. Okay. All right. Isn't that cool? Okay. So, hey, Paula, how are you? Whoop. All right. Okay. So now we're going to do the next one. I have glitter and everything all over me. Okay. All right. Get rid of those ones that have anything on it. I'm going to clean this tray out. I just use this tray to kind of catch all the glitter. You can really use whatever you want to use. Okay, remove this so I don't bump it. Okay. Now, this next one is the Chrome Crystal-Lac, and it's all the new neons that they have. Like this is the bright pink, light pink, orange, and yellow. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put the glitter glue on it. All right. Spread that all around. You want to kind of make it as even as you can because you will see, thank you, the lines in it if you're using a fine glitter like we're using on this. So you kind of want to get it so it doesn't have these lines on it. Okay. All right. Okay. I think we're good there. I'm going to go ahead and put that in water. Wipe that off. Okay, so we're going to start with our bright pink. And this is Pink Heaven from Glitter Heart Company. And again, whoops, got that too much on the bottom there. Okay. We're going to get this bright pink on the bottom. Again, I'm just going to make sure I get that edge first. And then we kind of want to feather it down onto. Okay. Okay, we got around the whole thing. All right, we're going to tap that off. All right, I'm going to put this back in the jar. Although there's really not a lot here, but that's okay. Okay. And we're going to go to the next color. And we're just going to kind of fade it into that color. Okay, all right, tap that off. I'm just going to go to the next color so this doesn't dry on me. All right, go to the next color. And all this glitter is from Glitter Heart Company. Okay. And this one's called Tangerine Dream. You could roll your paper in it, but it doesn't like give you a nice finish. It kind of makes it clumpy. All right, and the last one is called Neon Lights. Make sure we got that all the way around. And then we just want to kind of hold it up higher and kind of blend it into that orange. Like that. Okay. Isn't that pretty? So we got a nice blend on that one. So now we can put our glitters away. Just like that. Now, there's a little bit of the pink contaminated on that, so I am not going to, I'm going to try and get that off of there so that that doesn't get in the bottle. We don't want contaminated glitter in there. Okay, so then I'm going to take the orange, put it in there. Thanks, Anne. I just kind of wanted to do something different tonight. Okay. All right. And again, I'm just going to get that orange off of there so it doesn't contaminate the bottle. And this one was this color pink. Okay. So I don't know if you can tell, but it really doesn't use a whole ton of glitter. But doesn't that look pretty? So now you have to let this dry for 2 hours. And then I will put another layer of glitter glue on it. If it needs another coat of glitter, I will add that then. And then we'll go to sealing. So these are the 3 cups we did. We did this neon kind of ombre look. We did the Aleene's Tack It method. Isn't that pretty? And then this purple one. I love this purple one with the kind of half chunky, half of the regular. So that's it for tonight, and I will go back and do another coat of this after it dries because it started to dry at the tippy top. So there are some areas that didn't quite get the glitter on it. So I will go back and do that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, just something a little different. Lord willing, I will be back on here Monday night. So thanks for joining me. Do you guys have any questions about the glittering? It's a kind of a long process. So unless you kind of videotape everything, it's hard. You can't really do everything in one sitting. So you kind of have to spread it out. So I could come back on when they're dry and show you what the next step is. So we'll see. All right. Thanks for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. Now I'm going to go clean everything off because this stuff is hard to get off me. But aren't they pretty? I really like them. So have a fabulous weekend. Thank you all for joining me. Don't forget to please hit that subscribe button and like and follow my Facebook page. And also I'm still having that sale in my Shopify store of 20% off. You have to use the code BDAY20 on all the ribbon that's in my shop, except for the Sam's and Costco, any tumblers, and the sign and ribbon combos until the end of the month. So please go check that out. And thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful evening. God bless you guys. Bye.